Oh, let's go, Bourbon Quest. Whew. Hope you're enjoying your holidays. What are we at? Flight 4. Whew. I hope y'all appreciate what I'm really bringing to you, because this is a damn lot of whiskey I've been drinking. Alright, so yeah, it's we're Flight 4 contenders for whiskey of the year. Whew. These have all been great. Well, I guess we're almost halfway through, so we'll make it. Hey, if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe. And then after you subscribe, tell a friend to subscribe. We're trying to get we just hit 600. We're trying to get to 750 and then 1,000. So, hey, if everybody that subscribed gets one person that you know to also subscribe, we'll be there. So do it. And then smash that like button. It helps YouTube algorithms. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this flight. Yeah, we're about to get to it. It's Flight 4. We're doing, there's 28 bottles, so there's 7 flights, 4 each. Just like the other ones, the top 2 from today will move on. The other 2 will be eliminated. And then, Jesus, right after we reveal the top 10 whiskeys of the year, then you'll want to stay tuned, because on Bourbon Quest, we don't do January dry month. That's for losers. We do January rye month, so we'll be drinking rye whiskeys all January for the most part. Anyways, speaking of which, alright, we're going to get right into it. So, I do have an outlier today, because I'm not a big rye guy, but guess what? This is the flight, and first off is Old Forester single barrel strength rye. So we do have a rye in the whiskeys of the year this year. Yeah, Old Forester single barrel strength rye. It comes in at 128.3 proof. It's freaking fantastic. But all these are fantastic, or they wouldn't be competing. Then we have, oh hell yeah, Chatanooga Founders 10th anniversary blend. 100 proof. Hadn't had this in a minute, so I'm looking forward to getting back into that one. We already killed one of the Founders, and then we just opened this one for this episode. We already did the Infinity bottle pour, and then we still got a Founders backup. And then we got Bardstown Discovery Batch 8, signed by Steve Naley. When I went up there, gosh, what was that, 3 months ago, something like that? I went up there to get the Chateau de la Botte, aka Scooby-Doo, which, stay tuned, because it will be in one of the other flights for Whiskey of the Year. But not only did I get the Chateau de la Botte, or Scooby-Doo, we also at the same time picked up the Bardstown Discovery 8. Both of them, not only the Chateau de la Botte, but also this one, were signed by Steve Naley. So shout out to him, super great guy. And then and I was like, you can go back and look when I first cork popped this. Well, 2020's Bourbon Quest Whiskey of the Year, which I didn't have the channel up and running at the time, but nonetheless, my Whiskey of the Year for 2020 was Bardstown Discovery Batch 3. And then, of course, last year was the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. Oh, I got something coming for you on that too. But last year's Bourbon of the Year, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Coy Hill. Mine was 142 proof, yeah. And then, but speaking of this Bardstown Discovery, like I said, Batch 3 was my Whiskey of the Year for 2020. And then, since then, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think we're all good, but none of them were great. But guess what? Batch 8 is great again. The best one since Batch 3. I don't think it's as good as Batch 3, but definitely the best one since Batch 3. And then, hey, shout out to my my good friend and greatest liquor store owner in America, Saban Patel. One of his store picks is competing this year. This is the Nulu toasted store pick from Christie's and Saban Patel, greatest store owner in America. But yeah, toasted, 121.2 proof. Yeah, I love this thing, and I'm not usually a big toasted fan, but this one was been. I mean, well, I think that one's competing too. We haven't done it yet. The one, Wild Turkey 1, which is a toasted product, is also will be in an upcoming flight as a toasted product. But I think Saban's Nulu toasted pick is better than that one, at least initially. All right, let's get right into it. Enough of that. Remember, stay hydrated, my friends. Good Lord. All right. Oh yeah, all these have been rearranged. Don't pay attention to what glass is behind what bottle, because prior to turning on the video, these were all mixed up using a very high-tech, sophisticated, proprietary, dangerous method approved by NASA. Haha! That's a bunch of bullshit. I just like saying it. Alright, let's get right to it. Whiskey number 1. Oh, God. I need a nap after this. So funny, because your mind plays tricks, your nose plays tricks. Luckily, I don't know which is which. These are all been, like I said, shuffled, arranged. But I definitely get toast on this. So, I mean, I'm not saying I know what it is, but if you had to guess, you would think this is the Christie's Nulu toasted, because I get cinnamon toast. Toast, cinnamon, nutmeg. So good on the nose. That's like, yeah, it's cinnamon, toast, nutmeg. All day long on the nose. Alright, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Same thing on the palate, cinnamon, toast, nutmeg. I mean, that's, man, that I think I said this at least one other time, but that is a total breakfast whiskey. Cinnamon, toast, nutmeg. If you like cinnamon toast, get you a Nulu toasted. I don't think you can go to, I think they already sold out of this one, but if you can get a single barrel store pick of a Nulu toasted, I mean, it's probably not going to be as good as Saban, because he's the best in the game, but that's, spoiler alert or whatever, I'm probably speaking out of turn, because I don't know that that's what it is, because these have been mixed up, but that's, irregardless, number 1's delicious. Alright, let's go to whiskey number 2. Yeah, let's go to that. This is not the first video of the day, so I've already had a few whiskeys. Man, that is snickerdoodle. There's caramel, chocolate. Oh my gosh, that's what makes these so tough, is because if they're competing in Bourbon Quest Whiskey of the Year, they're all going to be good. So that's what makes them tough, is trying to distinguish which is the better one, because none of them are bad. This is the 4th flight, and we've already had, what is that, 12 great whiskeys, and just going off memory, this might be the best nose yet. That is snickerdoodle all day long. God bless. That'll make your tongue slap your brains out. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Yeah, that is completely snickerdoodle. That's freaking amazing. Alright. I mean, number one was so good. Number two, just as good. Maybe a tad better. Oh, those are going to be too hard to beat. Oh, dear Lord. The struggle is real, y'all. This is not my first video of the day, and all these whiskeys are so freaking great. Alright, let's go to whiskey. Let's stay hot. Remember, stay hydrated, my friends. Dear Lord. Alright, this is the toughest flight yet. Like, the nose on this is just as good. It's very similar. This is also snickerdoodle. Like, I need to go buy some Snickers or something, because I don't know why I'm stuck on that note right now, but this comes off the exact same. It's a little bit more orange in there and caramel, but cheers, Bourbon Quest. Alright. It's still so good though. I don't think it's... Alright, another sip. Yeah, there's a little bit of a, while still delicious, there's a little bit of a grassy mint on that, not overly so, just based on the other two. I think it's slightly inferior, but still delicious. I mean, and that was actually probably the best nose, but there was just a little bit of a grassy mint on that not overpowering. It's still delicious. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I would buy it all day long. All right, now we're going to number 4. This is the darkest in color. Trying to stay hydrated so we don't pass out. All right, that's so hard. Oh. This is so rich. I don't know what it is. I've gotten snickerdoodle on all 4 of these for whatever reason, or at least the last 3, but this one's richer, bolder, darker, more caramel. Cheers, my friends. Ooh. Yeah, it kind of comes off delicious, but kind of the same little bit of grassy mint on that one as well as this one. These are so hard because they're all great. I mean, I would enjoy drinking any of these. Any of these 4 are definitely worthy of moving on, but unfortunately we have to make a decision and eliminate 2. But so good. But I definitely think, all right, let's make sure. I think 1 or 2 probably were the best. Yeah, that's so good. Alright. Yeah. These are so freaking difficult to pick one or the, because they're all enjoyable, they're all great. If you have a chance to buy any or all of these, you definitely want to do so. But at the end of the day, we got to make a decision. Sometimes it's, luck of the draw about what flight you get put in, and then how much I've already had to drink, or one coming off of the other. I mean, yes, do I do a good job? Am I discerning? Do I try and pick the very best? But is it always fair? No. Sometimes the refs, call a foul when it wasn't a foul, and sometimes just based upon the flight you got put in, or you come off a rye and followed up by a bourbon and whatever. The circumstances matter. And is it fair? No. Is it exact science? Absolutely not. Is it a highly dangerous, sophisticated process approved by NASA? Absolutely. I have the NASA seal of approval upon the wall. I really don't. That's a bunch of bullshit. But anyways, so what I'm saying is, all these are freaking fantastic. It really pains me to eliminate any of these because they're all freaking fantastic. But you gotta pick a winner. Not everybody, listen, this ain't like your fucking Little League baseball team. Not everybody on Bourbon Quest gets a goddamn trophy. You gotta fucking earn it, bro. So, alright, so, yeah, those two are moving on. These two are eliminated, unfortunately, because they're still great. So, the first to be eliminated, Saving. Please don't hate me. I think, like I said, these are all great. But the first one to go is Saving's store pick, Nulu Toasted. That breaks my heart. Because, cheers to you, Saving. And Merry Christmas, Saving. It might be eliminated, but it's still freaking fantastic. Sorry, Saving. I don't play favorites. It is what it is, but that's still, I would buy it again. But no, Nulu Toasted is eliminated. The second to be eliminated is, it kind of figures. I'm not surprised by that one just because I'm not a rye guy. So this is, but don't get me wrong, this is the second best rye I've ever had, behind the Jack Daniels single barrel proof rye. But the other one eliminated is the Old Forester barrel strength rye. Again, fantastic. But yeah, you definitely get that rye. I mean, but it's a fantastic rye. Like, you definitely get that mint, you get that pine. Not overpowering on the mint and pine, just enough to let you know it's there. And then at, what is that, 128.3 proof. Freaking amazing. But nonetheless, eliminated. So, the two, moving on. B. I didn't do that, did I? Alright, so Old Forester was A, Chattanooga was B, Bardstown was C. Yeah. So, that's the, I got confused. So A was eliminated, which was the Old Forester. Nulu was eliminated, which was D. So yeah, Chattanooga Founders and Bardstown Discovery 8 are moving on. And like I said, if you get a chance, which you probably won't get either one of these, but the Old Forester Barrel Strength Rye, the second best rye I've ever had, I can remember. And then, well, we probably won't ever do it because, but this is my favorite toasted. I'm not a big toasted fan. I think that for the most part, toasted products are probably a little bit overhyped. Usually I have to get about halfway down the bottom before they open up to experience anything. But I think the two outliers of that, like I don't like Elijah Craig toasted. I won't buy Elijah Craig toasted again. I would buy Nulu toasted again. And then the other one was the, what was it, last year's? Yeah, last year's Wild Turkey Masters Keep. It was a toasted product, the one, or one, whatever you want to fucking call it. And I was not a big fan, which, number one is, I was not a big fan of the Wild Turkey one on the initial neck pour, but I wasn't even a fan of it on the first sip, or the second, or the third, but the fourth or fifth, it really started to deliver. But I found that to be the case with most of my experiences with toasted products, is that they take a while to open up. Except for Christie's. This was great off the rip. But most of them need like 2 or 3 pours in before, you know, they open up and create whatever. Alright, I'm done. Yeah, Old Foresters bites the dust. And so does Nulu toasted from Christie's, which shames my heart because I love Sam Patel so much. And he does such a great job on all. Listen, if you're ever in Knoxville, Tennessee, whether you're visiting family or driving through to go up north or to go down south and you're passing through Knoxville, do yourself a favor and stop at Christie's liquor store. It doesn't matter. I mean, Satan may be there, may not be there, he's busy, but irregardless, stop there and look. There's liable to be something there that you want or haven't been able to find, and even if there's not, at least buy something, because he's the greatest liquor store owner in the world. And yeah, stop by Christie's liquor store, buy a bottle of something. I don't care, buy anything, and yeah, you'll be thankful, because I think the Christie's, well, it's number one, Sam Patel is the greatest liquor store owner in the world, and number two is Christie's is, I think, the most worthy mom and pop liquor store in the world. There you go. Love you, Saban. we'll see you again soon. I'll spend more money at your store, and as well as so should you. And that's a wrap. That's Blind 4. Chatanooga moves on. Bardstown moves on. Old Forester's out, and unfortunately, Cressy's store pick Nulu moves out. Alright, that's a wrap. Alright, we'll do that again. Remember, as always, my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. Haha, that's a wrap.